Nice music. Oh, here we go. Oh, we get to pick a company name. Oh my lord. The company McCompany of the McCompany clan. It's perfect. Oh, I love it when games tell you what the difficulty does. Oh, thank you. For seasoned veterans of turn-based tactical RPGs. Seasoned veterans? I've played some. If you are looking for a challenging gameplay experience, then start here. Expect tougher encounters, 1,000 gold, tougher enemies. Injuries recover a slightly slower pace. Dungeons, new time mods every 16 hours. More gold, less injuries, longer. Less gold. And then you can do full custom as well. Cool. We'll go with Battle Hardened, I think. There can be only one company McCompany of the McCompany clan. Based out of McCompanyville. In an era all but forgotten, the gods once lived alongside humanity in the heart of Calum. However, an unknown cataclysmic event plunged the world into a dark age. History lost to time, as so too were the gods. In their absence, a rebuilding humanity was left to contend with the emergence of a great being of darkness from the void. It's Rockwell McCompany. That's me, the leader. Every few decades, in an event called the Scourge, a dragon's arrival would bring death and disease to the land. Those afflicted by the dragon's blight would lose their minds and their bodies as they slowly became abominations of flesh and outcast to society known as the Blighted. With whispers of an impending scourge circulating, you and your company find yourself in a burial crypt not far from the city of Andilon. A simple retrieval of smuggled supplies, or at least that's what your employer had promised. Things never. Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple. Oh. Yo, the models look beautiful. Damned grave robbers, stay sharp. No doubt his companions will have heard that. Everyone stands still, tensions rising as they grip their weapons tight and scan the room for further hostiles. You hear a muffled shout from someone in an adjacent corridor, likely directed towards their now deceased associate. The sound of quickening footsteps soon follows, and three figures burst through a doorway at the far end of the room. Shit! Should I go alert the others? Yurik shakes his head, eyes fixed on the enemy. No time for that. With no choice but to fight. Brothers, to arms! Survey the battlefield with Wested. You can also pan by holding mouse 3. Great. Mind that archer! Find yourself some cover, Lothric! This game has great voice acting. Thank you. On their turn, each character can move as many hexes as their movement stat allows. Separate movement stat action points, it sounds like. By moving into a green hex, they can still perform a next action afterwards. Great. After that, you burn action points to move further, it looks like. So you can sprint, yeah. You can swap places with an ally by moving on their location. Swapping is useful for setting up attacks. Swapping would be very useful. Yeah. Okay, I wonder if you can do that if the other person has no movement left. By holding shift, you can draw a custom movement route. Great. To undo movement, click undo button of the hotbar. Great. Or press E to undo. Yes, E undo. Let's move Stormcaller into the cover by clicking left mouse button. Cover? So how do we see that that's going to be cover? Okay, it looks like it's going to be cover, but how do we see, I wonder? If you don't have a desirable action to perform, you can delay a character's turn until the end of the round by hitting the wait button. Alternatively, you can end a character's turn by pressing guard. Click the wait to delay, C to wait. E to undo. Oh, I can't undo because of this tutorial. It's a shame you can't see a cover value. I thought it would be able to see like a cover value here. Character's unique abilities have a limited number of charges. Very pretty game. Available during the course of a dungeon. Charges can be restored by camping or by using certain provisions. Oh, okay. Need a long rest. A little bit D&D-ish, eh? With enemy advancing on us, we can set a trap by using Pyrolancer, not Pyromancer. Return to Cinder ability. Mark a vacant cell with a fire trap. Let me move myself over here a little bit so I'm not covering too much of the tooltips. See if I can nestle myself in here. Boop. Mark a vacant cell with a fire trap. Targets who step under the trap will take damage and be pushed away in the indicated direction ending their turn. cute. Oof. Yeah, bonk. As you can see, it's important to pay attention to any potential hazards when positioning. Some abilities are able to push or pull targets. Oh yeah, into chasms. Interestingly, they chose for this example a floating enemy. I guess they can only hover this far above the ground though, so they don't want to go in a chasm like that. Use the pugilist into position, use his crescent wave ability to push the enemy into the pit. Which pit? Oh, it's got a board over it. Wooden planks are fine to walk on, but can break if someone is knocked onto them. Oh, that's interesting. So you can walk over them carefully, but if you get smacked onto them, you're in trouble. Kick up to 3 adjacent targets in an arc. Oh yeah, it's like an arc around. This guy's like a monk. Cool. Back you go, Quabonk. Sick. Keep Lothric protected. We're gonna move up behind with Hanilda Red Forest. Yeah, have at you, swine. Every melee unit on the battlefield exerts a zone of control, so they can't move out of that without taking an attack of opportunity then. Right, oh yeah, mouse overs in tooltips. Love that for this sort of game. Conserve your stamina, keep him busy. Each character has a basic attack available to them. Unlike other abilities, basic attacks have unlimited uses, but are subject to accuracy and evasion checks. So we can just left click, or we can press 1. Hit chance 64, defense 18. We got some stats up in the right. Vulnerabilities to bonking. Can I bring this up to look at mouse over things? Doesn't seem like I can, sadly. Unless maybe I disable this skill for a second. Nah, because left clicking attacks. I don't know if you can get the tooltip to stay up. You have a clear view of that archer, take him down. Most attacks and abilities are subject to line of sight. When targeting, a red eye indicator indicates that there is no line of sight, while a yellow eye indicates partial. Large obstacles and block line of sight. When characters no vision, they're unable to directly target. Smaller obstacles, partially visible, 50% less damage from attacks. So it's not a chance to miss, but less damage taken, interestingly. You can right-click enemy to view details. Cool, I'll try that. Take cover directly behind a small obstacle. So we know, so it doesn't say cover info because it's a set thing. Small obstacle, 50%. Large obstacle, can't see. Stormcoil's Conduit can devastate a single enemy from range, but takes a few turns to channel. You can see where a channel will finish by looking at the blue indicator arrow on the turn. So that gives them a chance to move. So you have to do it on someone slower, it sounds like. Interesting. It doesn't look like I can right-click them. Maybe you can mouse over to see their stats. You can see their movement too. That's cool. Target any cell within range and channel for the next 5 turns, dealing massive lightning damage to occupant. Now, does it mean 5? It surely doesn't mean 5 full rounds, but rather 5 turns specifically. So we're currently here. So it'll activate over there. So we can see who we want to target. Won't this guy move though? Unless he doesn't know, and he just stays where he is. Maybe he doesn't see that. With the nearest enemy stunned, the Pyrolancer can safely move past their zone of control without incurring AOO. Attacks of opportunity can also avoid by abilities, or by using swap. So swap avoids attacks of opportunity. That is good to know. So we can scoot up here because they're stunned. Seems like it was a pretty inadvisable move. Like we dashed. That went off. Bang. Killed him. Kick. Dodge. Pugilist has killed an enemy and gained morale. Morale is displayed by a white bar on each character's portrait. Ah. I thought that was health. It represents their mood and attitude towards the current mission. Morale is gained and lost through various combat triggers. Landing a killing blow increases morale, while suffering a critical strike will lower it. Character with low morale will take longer to recover from mission and will also lose loyalty towards the company. Targets are considered flanked whenever you occupy 2 opposing hexes around their location. All attacks against flanked targets deal 15% extra damage and cannot miss. If your chance to hit with basic attacks is low, let's just try and flank the enemy. Let's move the Guardian to a flanking position. Sounds like both people get the benefits of flanking in that case. It jams 100%. Back. Lothric. What's going on? We're gonna Oh, is this ranged, is it? Guess you can just lightning damage. It looks like it is range. It doesn't. 4 zap, 5 range. It looks like the arrows. Finish. Whoa! They got done in the giblets. Small health potion. Scrap. Can be sold in markets or used to repair gear. 25. Loot all E. Nice. Uruk sheaths his weapon, gazing around the room to make sure all are unharmed. Everyone alright then? Emran gestures at the blood on Uruk's arm. Never mind us. You certainly looked better. Uruk glances down at his injury and scoffs. What, this? Ah, it's barely a flesh wound. Nothing time won't heal. I'll be fine. Missing an arm. You turn as a familiar voice rings out distantly behind you, though the words are unclear. Is that you, Van? Glad to see you're all still with us. We heard fighting. Figured you could handle it, but I didn't want to take the chance. And the others? Torrin and the rest are still searching. Surely there are better places to stash supplies, but I suppose those smugglers had little choice. At least we're getting paid well to retrieve them. We've been in worse situations. Aye, that we have. I was just hoping my last job would be free of surprises. I can't fault you for wanting out, but I wish you reconsider. I'm only one job away from retirement. Oh no. This life takes its toll, my friend. I've seen more death than any man should. His face goes dark for a brief moment, remembering friends lost. Your trusted advisor, Alaric, steps out from beside you with his hands raised, bringing a halt to the conversation. All right now. There's plenty of time for talk later. It's going to take a while to scour this place, even with the others' help. Right then. I'd better get back to Torrin and the rest before they find themselves lost. Watch your backs. There may be more of those thieves in here, or worse yet. Let's get moving. Hey, Goobtastic, thanks for the... Oh, welcome back, mate. Thanks, Robo Dude, for the gift sub. Hostage. Most actions you take while exploring a dungeon will cost time. The passages of time can have harsh consequences and represented by time meter in the bottom. We should begin exploring. Ooh. Oh, cute. Scout up to 2 tiles ahead, revealing any events, traps, and hidden secrets. Will be revealed if perception check is passed. Costs 1 time per tile. You can camp, or we can move. Let's go. So we can see you're a little injured. Now looks good though. Oh. Scouting can be useful in order to spot enemies, traps, and other surprises. Scouting an enemy location, you prevent them from being able to ambush you. Oh, it could pay off. It does cost extra time, however, so it should be used sparingly. Shall we scout? My chest. Shoop. Shoop. When interacting with an exploration event, you'll often have multiple choices available to you, sometimes costing various amounts of time. The characters will have their own opinion of the choices you make, which can affect their overall loyalty to the company. Spot a discarded pack up ahead, likely dropped in haste by grave robbers when you alerted them. I don't expect to find much of value, but it's not like they'll be coming back to claim it. No sense in leaving loot behind. Costs 1 time. Antidote, bandage, and tools. Could be handy. Let's scout some more. There's an encounter up ahead. Provisions can be used both in and out of combat. While exploring, you can access your provisions inventory. Let's have a look at that. So we're a bit injured here. Stabilizes wounds, dispels bleed and grievous wounds, and restores 50 health. Restores 200 health. Antidote. Could be worth saving for a potential bleed, but we could also use it for a heal. Looks like they're pretty cheap, I guess. So, yeah. Encounter time. Yeah, Cindy Triads are on my last day of the month, which is, for some of you, the second last day of the month. Because of time zones. Yes, that is an unfortunate side effect of the whole time zone thing. I'm like, last day of the month, and you're like, sweet, it's not the last day of the month yet, then you miss it. Nope, it's the last day of the month here. Deployment phase. During deployment phase, you can reposition your party ahead of combat. Excellent. Knowing where your enemies can move and attack will help you position your party optimally. To view an enemy's movement, you can press tab over the character sprite. Do we see any enemies yet? Yeah, we do. So they can move to the blue and attack the red, so she's just out of range. Seems optimal. Oh, this one is a ranged enemy though, so that one can... So if we took cover here, we would be in range of this one still, which could be a bit iffy. So we might want to put you here, like so. I don't know if facing matters. I don't think it does. So you're in range there, but I feel like you might be line of sight blocked, right? So you're kind of ranged anyway, so I might just put you over there. And what about you? Well, that could work. It's your turn first anyway. So you're for in flanking. We could get you in a position to support on the right side then, I think. Over here. So we can get you to guard. Shouldn't matter really, eh? Can't really do anything until the enemies get a bit closer. Things zoom in, Risen Ghoul. The enemies look super cool. Wait, I thought you were out of range. Okay, red. Alright, so I read that wrong then. Red's the last tile they can move to? I thought red was the tile they could attack in. Like, into. Oops. Remove negative conditions from your characters with cleansing abilities. Or by using an antidote. She is... Decayed. Every round your maximum HP is reduced temporarily. Ooh. Okay, whose turn is it? You. Zappy. Arc Lightning. Conduit. Target any cell within range and channel for the next 5 turns. So we could do that now because this thing's not going to move before this goes off, so we could probably give that a Giga Zap. Heal a single target within range. Damage and blind an adjacent enemy for 1 round. How healthy are you? Those other ones are probably coming in though, right? So like, I would think that this space would be safe, right? But I think it's not. Looks like they can go stand in the red square. Ugh. That's not the way that I thought that was communicated. That could be communicated a little better, I think. Maybe we will damage and blind you then. That thing's gonna get zapped. Maybe we want to rush the archer. The archer's turn is like coming up. This thing might move forwards. How far can I can't really target that very far with that though. By single adjacent target, damage a single target. Okay, yeah. Deal damage to 2 targets in a row. Alright. Let's just rush him. Fair amount of damage taken. I think I giga zapped. Ranged enemies can pack a punch, but they can be countered with line of sight or by engaging them in melee. And the line of sight is obscured, yeah, we know. Large obstacles block, yeah. Cover is not an option. You can jump on top of a ranged enemy and engage them in melee. By doing this, ranged units can only attack adjacent enemies and the damage reduced by 50%. Cool, so if we get on top of a ranged enemy, we'll have them in our zone of control. And it'll make them do less damage. Is there anywhere I can knock them down? Doesn't look like it, but we might be able to. Did we blind that thing? Doesn't seem to be blinded. Dash to an empty cell and strike an adjacent enemy twice. Let's just give them a regular attack here. Bang. Because of the surround, we did a lot of the damages. This one's going next. Get ourselves in there and give him a slap. Oh, there's a falling rocks there. Okay. Let's move up to you. Now that we're in melee, it shouldn't be so much of a threat. How much burning? Applies burn. Burn is inflicted every round on the target, dealing 5 damage equal to 20% of the attacker's power. Will that be enough to kill it, I wonder? It doesn't give an indicator of how much burn damage it's going to take. I'll give it a try. Big old damage. She's looking a little wounded. I want to use a healing ability, maybe. I don't know if we can use those in between zones. You're okay over there. I think we come down here. So, partial line of sight block. I wonder if that's our ally or if it's the edge of the pillar. Just do some chip damage then. Boom. Allies do block line of sight? Ah, so the ally counts as like partial cover then. Oh man. Uh-oh. Huh. If I attack, can I move after? I don't actually know if it said anything about that. I can smack him into there and then maybe move to the side. We're going to take an attack of opportunity though. That wouldn't kill them. Probably don't want to eat the attack of opportunity, huh? I can't even move currently, weird. Some nice little collision damage there. I don't know why I actually couldn't move in the end. Yeah, I'm gonna eat rock damage now. I couldn't move at all. I wonder if that's because once you activate an ability, your movement is gone. You can only move before attacking, maybe? Different games are different in how they approach this. Sometimes you can... Oh, I woke up another skeleton by destroying the crypt thing. Uh-oh, whoops. Some enemies have passive abilities. These undead skeletons are able to reanimate after being defeated. To prevent them from reanimating, we'll need to target and destroy the pile of bones. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, man. Ouch. Gives yourself a heal. Stab you. A poor monk's gonna die here. We're doing poorly in this tutorial. Bonk. Well, he's not doing too well. He's reanimating, I need to destroy that. Oh, I might be able to chain lightning, but I should move first though, eh? Nice. I think I should heal my friend here. Healing, Emran. Attack this thing. Bonk. Put it down. Yeah, you can't move after attacking, I see. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, he's not looking well, is he? At least the skeleton got bonked by some rocks. Dash to an empty cell and strike adjacent enemy twice. Does the ability avoid the attacks of opportunity? We're gonna find out. Ah, nice. That actually destroyed the corpse too. Oh, he was stunned. Oh, okay. So we can't take that as granted then, that the ability does avoid it. It might, but I don't know. Small health potion. Looks like I need it. Can I use her healing ability alternatively instead of the items? Your foes are now well aware of your presence and have prepared accordingly. Increased chance of ambush in remaining encounters. So we can counter that with scouting. As you explore, application of various time modifiers will be present. So the higher difficulties had this happen more frequently. Dungeons get stacked more and more as you go. Party will slowly become unnerved and suffer a small loss to morale over time. Due to these factors, it's important to be efficient and spend your time wisely. Oh, cool, you can use her healing ability. Great. Was the one that you target that was stunned? The dash attack did avoid the attack of opportunity? Oh, good to know. Oh, I'd only scouted that one square. You signal a halt as a faint and distant rumbling becomes audible, steadily growing louder and closer with each passing moment. You look up, noticing cracks forming in the ceiling as small rocks break off and fall to the floor around you. Yurik bumps against you and tugs at your arm, urging you to run. It's a cave-in! We need to move! Breaking into stride behind the rest of your party, you steal a glance back to see the corridor collapsing in a cascade of falling stone. You cross the threshold into another chamber, diving to the ground as the path behind is quickly closed off by the crumbling structure. A cloud of dirt and dust obscures your vision, but the rumbling and crashing comes to a halt as the last few pieces of debris can be heard tumbling into position. Everyone okay? You look around as the dust settles. Aside from a few coughing fits, everyone seems to be unscathed. What the hell was that? An earthquake? It might have been. One of those Grey Brothers tried to force their way into some place they shouldn't. Yurik inspects the caved-in passage, lightly kicking at some rubble. Regardless, we'll have to find another way out. What are the others? And the supplies we're supposed to locate. Yurik places a reassuring hand on Lothric's shoulder. That's that, brother. Nathan and them are on the other side of the crypt. I suspect they're fine, or at least, I hope. Our priority is to find them. Hopefully they've already retrieved the supplies. We could do with a little luck. Continue. Boop. Man, he's pretty injured. Wonder if I should use a potion. I think I should. Don't know if I can use them in battle. Doesn't take time to use potions, so they're a bit more time efficient than the bandages. Your path is blocked by even more rubble from the recent cave-in. Yurik steps forward and climbs to the top to gauge the severity of the blockage. Ah, it's not too bad. I can see a clear path ahead. Just need to move enough of this rubble so we can squeeze through. Any ideas? Move the rubble by hand for 4 hours, or 4 turns. Blast a hole with magic. This could prove risky. Oh, that'll probably like affect their morale. They're like rash versus cautious. Hand Yurik a shovel for 2. Blast hole with magic. I concur. Terrible. She loves it though. She loves it. And Ilda cautions everyone to stand back and begins focusing her mind. Yo, 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 yo. Moments later, a blinding flash of light erupts from within the pile of rubble, showering the ground with flying debris, both small and large. Dust settles to reveal a cleared path, and you consider yourselves lucky to be unharmed. The party crawls through the gap in the rubble and comes out the other side, sliding down the pile and back onto solid ground. You see the flickering light from a torch being cast into the room from a connecting hall, illuminating more of your surroundings as it nears. Your party forms up, preparing for combat as the flames bearer rounds the corner. Easy now. It's just me. I thought this whole damn place was going to come down on top of us. The structure groans and rumbles for a moment. It might yet. Yurik motions back towards the collapse. This whole section is caved in. We'll need to find a way out of here once we're done. I figured as much. Torin and the others are already set to finding one. I take it you haven't found the supplies yet either. Yurik slowly shakes his head. Unfortunately not. Let's hope they're not buried in stone. Regroup with Torin and secure an exit. Van, we'll find you when the job's done. Sure thing, boss. He quickly scans your surrounding. Van's gonna die so hard. His expression turns deadly serious. There's something else. All that commotion has disturbed the dead within these walls. We've already put down a few of the bastards. You'd best stay alert. Beep boop. Let's scout. Nothing. What's this? Yurik runs the hand along the wall of interred dead, reading the inscription on each nameplate before moving on to the next. He stops at one, peering closer and double-checking the name before returning with relief in his voice. This is the one we were told to look for, boss. About time. Let's hope the contents are still intact. Reaching with both arms into the dark recess, Yurik firmly grabs hold of the coffin. Oh my. Its ancient and rotting wood creaking in protest. It gingerly slides the coffin part way out and pushes the lid aside. Dust. The clicking of skeleton teeth. Rummaging around briefly before pulling out the stashed pack with care. Taking a peek inside to confirm the contents, he walks over to you and hands off the bag. It's all there. No damage to the vials, from what I can tell. What does our employer want with them anyway? Alaric interjects, eager to share his knowledge on the matter. Well, you see, this here is a cure for the blight, or at least it slows the process. The Vanguard keeps it tightly controlled, only treating those who pledge themselves to their order. As such, it's highly sought after on the black market. And that's why our employer is playing us well. An ancient order tasked with defending the mortal realm against unnatural evils. At least our efforts haven't been wasted. Let's regroup with Varn and hope that they've found us an exit. No chance. Bard's dead. I'm gonna find his corpse. Boop, 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 boop. This looks like a boss fight. Uh-oh. The journey seems to have clouded your sense of time. You can't say for certain how long you've been here. 1 less unit of time is required for each revolution on the time meter. That's not a bad thing to happen at the end, because that would make the dungeon worse long term. I think we're like getting to the end maybe. You hear a sudden movement in the darkness ahead. The sound of bones rattling and scraping along the stone floor. Bright green eyes turn towards you, and the undead being lets out a bone-chilling screech as it shuffles forward and into the light of your torches, moving faster than its size and awkward gait would suggest possible. Prepare yourselves. It is time for fight. The time for mercy is at an end. It is time for battle. Bosses and elite enemies will spawn with unique combat traits. They're important. An important thing to consider when facing these foes. You can view these traits and their effects by hovering the enemy's portrait on the right side of the screen. Yes, good. Ah, that's how we're going to look a closer look at these a little more easily. Aha, and then we can mouse over. So we can click these and then mouse over. Resistant to piercing, vulnerable to crushing, immune to bleed and fear. Backstabber, freeze immune. The Risen General is a backstabber and freeze immune. Okay, alright. Alright, so we need to be... So they can stand in the red, right? And then attack? Yeah? I think so. So we want to be where we are. There's nothing on this side, it looks like. Let's get the monk further forwards, so he can get into flanking positions. This looks fine. Start combat. I don't know if we want to push up with the monk right now. Might just wait, huh? I suppose I could have paid attention to which one was going to move next and then move into a position. Yeah, I still would put myself at vulnerability being attacked though, wouldn't I? There's probably another skeleton in that coffin. I'm gonna try and see. Okay, so in theory it can move here or here. We'll see if it does. Let's just guard. Was that what I was looking at? Or is that the earlier space? Now I'm confused. I think it was here or here that I thought, right? So they don't move to the red squares. Maybe I just misjudged earlier. Weird. I feel like I should... Yeah, that puts him in danger of being backstabbed by the general, though. Maybe I can move up here and kick this guy into the rubble. Oh, I gotta be careful where I am, though. Oh, did he, like, buff? I think he buffed them. This looks like a good spot for a chain lightning. Oh, we'll hit our friend, though. Oh, whoops. That's not ideal. Can I zap him before he moves again? Yeah, but it'll take less damage, unless I move first, maybe. Oh, but I can't move after I look at the skills. Okay, that's really annoying. Can I not go back to moving? Oh, you can. You just have to select move on here. Oh, okay. Cool. Red squares mean they can move here and be able to attack you from there? Not that they can hit enemies in this square. Red's the danger zone, right? We'll just say that. Hopefully that's sufficient. Let's move here. And then we're going to do a Giga Brap on the boss. Zapping. Preparing a big old zap. We'll block this skeleton here so that it can't move forwards. When is it going next? Very soon. How do I see what the current turn is? It's the far left, okay. Go for the blinding strike. They're probably blind immune anyway, aren't they? Skeletons usually are. We have an ability that can hit 2 enemies in a row, I believe. Yeah, this one. Boom, boom! Cool. Uh-oh. Why did it zoom in like that? Making me nervous. Boom. Zap, 200 damage. Big old damage. Now we can get around behind. Oh, we have to kill that thing, though. You know what we can do, though? We can step here and do the kick. We can do the kick. Yeah, bonk. Aha. No. Oof, that's a lot of damage. Good heavens. Okay, we're just going to continue locking them down there. Looks like the monk is pretty hurt. Have to be pretty careful about that. Let's go around here. Get the flank. Damage a single target applies burn. Oh, that burn's probably going to take him out, eh? Oof. Oh, man, so much damage taken. He's probably going to die? I think so. Hey, Reaper, thanks for the 37 months up, mate. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Just give him a little tap. That'll make control. Oh, the revive, though. We've got to finish him off. Oop, we should move. Oh, he's a ranged attacker, so he does less damage in melee. Sick. Boss was reasonably breezy, though. Not too bad. So if I attack, I can't move after, though. Good as time as any to test, I suppose. Because it ends her turn. I can't, like, go back. Oh, God. Oh, no! Oh, God. What have I done? I just swapped places. Whoops. That's not going to bode well. Oh, he's okay. He's okay. He lives. He had full health. The swap actually might have saved her life. Nah, she probably would have lived either way. Wow, alright. Switch you over here. There's God standing precariously on that thing. I just need to zap this thing, finish it off. There we go. Oh, dramatic finish. Scroll of Power, weapon power +4. Primate's weapon, 100 gold. It's worth a lot more compared to the other things. Seems like this is an enchanting thing. It doesn't have a duration, so it looks to me like that is probably a permanent buff to a weapon. Nice. Can we see kit gear? We probably have to camp, right? We're pretty injured. During longer missions, you can make camp in order to rest your party. Camping does not cost time, but instead resets the meter to 0. Some locations are safer than others. We should pick a spot that has fewer points of entry to lessen the chances of being set upon by enemies. Camping allows you to burn incense. Remaining camps 0. I actually don't have any, so I can't. Bonkers. I do have a potion, but I don't know if we're like, did we just defeat the final boss sort of deal? Let's scout. There's an event here. Well, hopefully we don't take any damage. We'll play risky. Your party comes to a standstill as muffled shouts and ringing steel reverberates down the corridor towards you. Uric unsheaths his lance, motioning to the rest of you forward as he breaks into stride, barreling towards the sound of battle. Oh no. Thought we were done. That must be the other Zari. Oh God. Oh, they're quite beset. Look at all their archers in melee range. They are quite beset. I told you Ivan was gonna die. Look at him. He's getting ready to die real good. Have to be a little careful here. Oh yeah, cool. Oh, we saved him. They're okay. With the last of the undead dealt with, Varn hails you across the chamber with a flick of his hand and a relieved smile forming upon his face as he strides closer to meet you. Did you find it then? The exit's just beyond here. Oh, since he didn't die, you know what's going to happen? He's going to betray us. It's the only other option. Either he dies or betrays us. Been trying to keep clear of the dead, but they just keep coming. Pile of bones near Torrent's feet suddenly begins to rattle. Uh-oh. And the eyes of a skull reignite in a break. They didn't put down the corpses, those idiots. Torrent grunts and steps forwards, crushing the skull beneath his heel. Oh, phew. Dramatic suspense. Grinding it into a fine dust, he looks up with a satisfied grin. Took you all long enough. Varn here was getting all worked up and thinking the worst, he was. The crypt groans once more, the ground beneath you shaking ever so slightly. I don't expect this structure will hold out much longer, sir. We'd best not linger. Uric raises his torch high, inspecting the ceilings above as small pebbles break from it. Good advice, I reckon. Oh yeah, cheers mate, let's go, Gubba. Yay! After a mission, you'll want to seek treatment for any injuries your party has sustained. To fully recover, you must pay for their treatment at a city's infirmary. Some injuries require prompt treatment, otherwise they risk permanent damage. Are we injured? Number of killing blows. We were certainly wounded. I don't know if we're injured though. I don't see anything that looks like a permanent injury. Who dealt the most damage? Oh, Lothric by a good margin. 1600 almost. Cool. Who tanked the most damage? Emran. Provisioned refunds. Oh, it's like Darkest Dungeon. Oh. These are not like things we keep. Those are things that we took into this dungeon specifically. Okay, I get Darkest Dungeon vibes here from that. We keep our scroll of power and scrap though. Gear breakdown actually means breaking down too. Like, looks like this thing's getting damaged. So you can repair those with scrap though, right? But these are pretty like meh things. We can probably repair them later if we need to. This game was inspired by Darkest Dungeon. I can see that there with that aspect for sure. As the last light of day begins to fade, you spot your company's camp not far ahead, the flickering flames of bonfires dancing against the darkening sky above. You stroll into the camp, the celebrations of Varn's retirement already well underway. Oh my god, he actually made it to retirement. Maybe, don't jinx it. After many hours of swapping stories and sharing drinks, all eyes fall on Varn as he steps atop a nearby crate with a drink in his hand. Now you all know I'm not one for lengthy speeches, he says as he preambles into a lengthy speech. But I'd just like to say it's been an honor to fight alongside each of you over the years. I dare say that I even consider some of you among my friends, but I know some of you is not as much as you deserve, and some of you deserve much more than I know you have deserved. Yes. Scattered applause. It hasn't been an easy road, but I've been a fortunate man. Not everyone gets out of the mercenary life on their own terms, although he's gonna die. I hope you'll one day get the same chance. He raises his cup in a toast. To you, my friends. There has never been a finer company. Hear, hear. Enthusiastically raising their drinks and sending a shower of ale through the air. Your gaze is met by Varn as he points his cup towards you, and you nod your head in friendly acknowledgement before turning and striding off to find your tent. With the celebration continuing in your absence, you brush aside the flap to your tent and settle inside, discarding your weaponry and tossing it near your bedroll. You turn to find Alaric in your presence, no doubt eager to discuss business. Well, I hope I'm not disturbing you, sir. I was on my way to pay the horses a visit and prepare us for tomorrow's travel. He gesticulates wildly to the pack slung around your shoulder, containing the contraband you recently retrieved. It's probably best if I stored those vials in one of our carriages. You gently slide the pack off his shoulder into his upturned hand. Well then, I'd best take care of this, sauce. He nods respectfully and turns, pushing aside the tent flap with an outstretched arm, and briskly walks into the night. You turn your attention to your desk, its surface covered in disorganized papers and maps, illuminated by the faint glow of a candle. Pulling up a stool, you sit down and begin to pore over one of the maps, charting out tomorrow's course. From outside, the sounds of laughter and poorly played music drifts into your tent. God, I love this company of the McCompany clan, but they're real shit musicians. We need to get a bard. After some time, with the celebrations audibly winding down, you step outside your tent and into the cool evening air. Varn approaches your side, mounted atop a horse. Despite the smile on his face, there is a trace of sadness in his eyes. It's time then. Aye. He leans down and pats the side of his horse. Got my saddle loaded up. Figured I'd sneak out without making a big fuss. I'm not one for long goodbyes, he says as he preambles into a long goodbye. I just wanted to say, thanks, boss, for everything. And he rode into the sunset to live happily ever after. Definitely didn't get killed by bandits on the road, prompting chapter 2. Any chance I can convince you to stay? He steps back and chuckles. If you'd had asked last week, maybe, but this last job cleared any doubts I had. I've survived this long, reckon I'd be fool to press my luck any further. Fair enough, friend. We always done have a place for you if you change your mind. You hear a shout and turn to see Yurik stepping towards you, his young nephew in tow. Sorry to interrupt. He tilts your head, gesturing behind him. But Gedrick here wanted to see you off. Is that so? Vaan smiles, stepping towards the boy and slapping a hand on his shoulder. I know we haven't finished your training, but your uncle's more than capable of finishing the job. Gedrick doesn't get a face. Poor little Gedrick. He's not truly even a human being yet, he's just a child. I know that. He looks up, conveying admiration. I'm going to miss you, though. Aye. Vaan grins, reaching out to tussle the boy's hair. I've half a mind to send him with you. Less danger on a farm, and gods know your old bones could use the help. There's a few good years in me yet, but you're both welcome to visit me anytime. I'd best get going then. Take care of yourselves, would you? He nods farewell, turning towards his horse and hoisting himself upon the saddle. Clicking his heels, the horse trots off, and you... What's that? That sound. You watch him disappear into the dark of the night, illuminated only by the moonlight above. You and Yurik glance back at the sound of approaching footsteps to find Torin wedging himself in between the two of you. Excuse me here. I'm just popping in here right then. Oh, yeah, Gov. Company won't be the same without him, I'm afraid. Indeed it won't. As Yurik and Torin take their leave. Sad music, man. Oh, emotions. You look around the camp, surveying the aftermath of festivities. Aside from a few inebriated men and women who remain slumped by the fires, it seems most have turned in for the night. With days of travel yet ahead, it's wise to follow suit. You bolt upright in your sleep, awakened by blares of a horn somewhere in your camp. An alarm being raised. And sounds of frenzied battle. Ching ching. Have at ye, swine! As you scramble out of your bedroll and take up a nearby sword. Alaric bursts into the tent, an orange glow briefly visible behind him as his flap is flung aside. They're always talking about the flap of my tent. Keep your hands off my flap. Sir, we're under attack! Sir, we're under attack! Winded, he takes a few deep breaths. There was no warning! The horses, the carriages. You mean the carriages with the things in them? Everything's been taken. Yes. Sus stare. We need to regroup with the others. Have you seen Yurik? Alaric wipes the sweat from his brow, shaking his head. Couldn't find him. With his nephew, I hope. You meet Alaric's eyes and nod in agreement. With a firm grip on your sword, you step past him, reaching your other hand towards the tent flap. You gently turn the tent flap aside, and it flaps flappingly in the breeze. You're preparing to step outside. You glance over your shoulder. One last look, forlornly, at the tent flap. I hope this isn't the last time I see you, Flappy. Let's move. Stay close. You emerge from your tent. Flaps shudder. Head on a swivel as you attempt to survey the situation. The camp is almost entirely ablaze, the heat and smoke stinging your eyes and obscuring your vision. You make your way ahead, your feet suddenly catching on something as you fall forward in a scramble to stay upright. Recovering, you steal a glance backward at the obstruction. Oh my god, it's the flaps. Betrayal! They've grabbed your foot, one of your companions dead at their hands. An arrow flies by you, narrowly missing, but finding a target nonetheless. Alaric screams out in pain behind you, legs collapsing under him as he falls hard to the ground. You turn back, reaching out a hand to pull him up, but he waves you off. Leave me. I'll be no use in a fight. Go. Blood-covered arrow stuck through it. Oh, maybe he didn't betray us. Maybe he wasn't in on it. You turn and continue onwards, staying lower to the ground as you move, eyes scanning for any friendly faces through the smoke. Not 50 yards ahead, you spot 4 of your companions through the blades. Huddled together, with weapons drawn against an overwhelming number of assailants. Sucking in air into your burning lungs, you urge your legs forward in a desperate attempt to reach them. A figure suddenly appears from the corner of your eye. With a flash of pain, the world goes dark. Uh-oh. We're gonna have to restart McCompany again. Surrounded, Hanilda's head whips around, searching frantically for any possible escape as the raiders edge closer. Beyond a ring of enemies, Torin and a few other faces emerge from the darkness with bloody weapons drawn. Though they don't seem to be inclined to make any urgent use of them. What are you waiting for, Torin? Help us! The raiders eye Torin as he confidently steps among them, each seemingly unconcerned by his presence. Oh, yeah, sorry, friends. A twisted smirk forms on the... I'd never trusted this guy. A twisted smirk forms his Cockney accent. Sorry, friends, that right then there. We'll make this quick. You son of a bitch, Torin, you little shit. And Hilda! Harry! Anilda glares at Torrin with wild fury in her eyes, arms trembling as they level their weapons toward him. You damned traitors! Have you no honor? Honor achieves little in this world, it does. Glancing sideways at his accomplices, he raised a hand, signaling them to attack. I trust you lot can handle the rest. Spare no one. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Fight to the death! To the death! When the odds are against you, sometimes all you can do is minimize your losses. Use everything in your disposal. Don't hold back. Oh shit! We're in trouble. No, the dog can go very far. Can we get on the archer though? Maybe that's the play. Let's jump straight on the archer. Sprint! Doggo's coming in. Oh, it's on a spellcast, so that's not ideal. Oh, that looks menacingly. Quick draw. Haha. Reduced damage. Nerd. Maybe we can zap the doggo before it can act again? No, it'll happen right after it acts. I mean, it's probably going to stay there and try to attack me though. But it won't do it. It won't do it. If I move, we're going to take damage. We don't have any other abilities. Let's see if you can get other abilities later on. We'll go for the big doggo zap then, I think. 3. Oh, but it's reduced damage. I won't even kill it. Oh my god. Might as well. Hopefully we can damage it a bit here. Maybe I can blind it. Did it get blinded? It is bound. Nice. Accuracy and evasion reduced by 75%. That could be good. That could save Lothric some damage. Who are you? You're new. Damage shield. Temporary shield can absorb damage. Champion's order. Grant target 50% power, 1 movement for 2 rounds. Oh. Swing a spear and arc, damaging 2 adjacent targets. Outlaw Trapper. That seems like one we might want to jump into in melee range. She seems kind of like just gonna put traps down or something like that. She looks like kind of Valkyrie-ish. Pretty cool. Now, we just kind of got ourselves flanked here, didn't we? That's unfortunate. Like, are we flanked there? Yeah, we're flanked. Okay. Alright, well, we're in melee with you. You can bonk them into the edge of the map, it looks like. That'll... The bonk might do more damage. Yeah, the more damage than a basic attack. Also, is he knocked over or something? Oof. There we go, there's that big old zap. Put a trap behind them. It's not gonna do much good. No, I'm not knocked down or anything as far as I can tell. Oh, it's just showing there's an enemy off the edge of the screen, that's what that is. Okay. You look like you're gonna take a little bit of putting down, so we'll go ahead and give you a blind if we can. Did say to use all the tools at our disposal. They look like they might be able to swing their thing with a little bit of range, maybe. I'm feeling quietly confident at the moment, though. That does a little bit of damage, a bit more damage than this one does, and it's got a 100% hit chance, which is kind of important. We might be able to first move. Oh no, we can't move there. Alright then, give him a whack then. Give him a slap. Do. Now, who's up next? That one. We're not going to be able to hit them, really. Can we nuke anyone before they move? No, she'll move, so she probably won't be there anymore. Nah, everyone will get a chance to move before we get the zap off. So maybe the zap isn't the call. I think we move over here and help with this then. Just avoid this one for now. Do. Strike an enemy twice. If we go here and then whack. Bonk, bonk. Oh, yeah, put down. Do. Blind them again. We might want to circle around them, actually, so that this thing doesn't come up behind us. So if we circle over here, we won't take attacks of opportunity. Move around, then give them another blinding whack. That's the last of those. I'm a little worried about this thing. Oh, tall grass. Minus 15 accuracy and plus 15 evasion. Moving through tall grass allows you to avoid all attacks of opportunity. Oh, fascinating. So you could sneak away from the grass here, it looks like. Or maybe like sneak past someone through the grass. If they were like standing here, you could sneak through the grass there. That's interesting. Now, I can't... If I go into flanking, it will flank them for this one, but it will also make me do less damage, though. Can I nuke someone? Nah, same deal, right? Time is the same. Just give him a little zap then, I guess. Be funny if you could kick him back onto their own trap. I wonder if you can. She might have to heal herself, I think. You're probably going to be in range of people. Yeah, you're a little injured. I'm not going to be able to hit anyone anyway, so I might as well dash into the grass. Give me a little bit more safety. She's just putting traps down beside herself. Jumping on the trapper was a good idea. Ooh, she's pretty low. She's pretty low. She's probably staying there, so we might be able to... Oh, that'll go off before she acts. She's just slow enough now that we can zap her. That's excellent. We might actually heal ourselves here, I think. So we don't get a mega bramped. Trying to minimize that damage after all. Stab. Yep, the heal was a good call. Now we can move up here. Give you a poke. That looks like it's not quite going to kill them, but we could do... Damn, you know what I should have done? Wait, can I move more? I can't move more. No, what? Oh, attack of opportunity, of course. I should have moved there. Okay, whoops. That was a slight misplay. There we go. I just wanted to be able to do that and also get the flanking bonus. Ooh, ouch. She's so sore. Heal. Keep healing. Keep healing. Let's get in and flank. Grant target 50% power. Now let's just go with the slap. Ja. There's no way we get the nuke off first. That gets pretty close to killing them though. So we can just go finish them off like this. Nice. I think it was a good call to deal with them last. They were pretty tough. They looked the scariest. Yeah, we didn't even lose anyone. When a character gains enough experience points, they'll level up and receive attribute points and ability points to spend. There are 7 attributes. Health, power, mending, evasion, accuracy, crit, speed. Characters specialize in a few randomly chosen attributes. These attributes require fewer points to rank up. By leveling up, you'll be able to unlock new abilities. Oh yeah, cool. Each class has up to 6 abilities, and they can only equip 4 at a time. Ability points can be spent to upgrade or alter the effects of your character's unique abilities. Oh, so cool. All of this can be managed with the Manage Roster screen, or by clicking on the character's portrait in a dungeon. Weak Ale restores 10 morale. Managing morale in some of the bigger dungeons might be a big thing though, eh? Oh, the ale just got refunded immediately anyway, because like it's a dungeon provision. Okay. Opening your eyes, you find yourself sprawled on the ground with a mouthful of dirt and a throbbing ache in your head. We weren't even able to help them in that fight. Despite the ringing in your ears, you can hear a muffled voice calling out. A hand grips you on your shoulder as you jerk at the touch. Easy now. You exhale with relief at the sight of Urek leaning over you, the early morning light shining upon his blood-splattered face and garments. He straightens up and you grab hold of his extended arm. What about the tent flaps? Sorry. Regaining your senses. Oh, never mind. Sorry. A crazy dream I had. You look at the smoking remains of your camp. Anything not taken by the raiders has been taken by the fires. Not much left, is there? The bastards. They took everything. One day. At least that guy got to retire. Maybe, unless he got killed on the road. It was Torin, so he betrayed us. Torin, that little shit, I never trusted him. In hindsight. He wasn't alone, neither. Damon, Enos, Naira. His fingers clench into trembling fists. Oh, fucking traitors. Through the anger, you notice sadness in his eyes and realize that suddenly his nephew isn't present. Where's Gedrick? Poor Gedrick didn't even get a face. Yurik glances down, slowly shaking his head. I don't know for certain, but I fear he's dead, he sighs. I was with him when the attacks started, but we ran into trouble. Told the boy to ran, but I don't remember much else, I'm afraid. Woke up to Alaric dragging me out from under a pile of bodies. Alaric's alive? Are there any others? Aye, he's alive. Managed to find a place to hide and patch himself up. I told him to stay off his feet. He snorts, waving a hand over the general area behind him, but he's out there limping around, trying to salvage what he can. Thankfully, there's a few others too. I seem to manage to kill a whole group of the bastards. His brief smirk fades into a grim expression. I'm afraid that's all of them, though. You turn to see Alaric emerging from a half-burnt tent. Flaps in smolders. Limping away and being helped by the other survivors of the company. A relief forms on all their faces. Good gods, we're glad to see you. Have you shared the news? I did. I found some correspondence in one of their tents. They had been planning this for months, it seems. Traitorous bastards. Any idea who you were working with? I'm afraid not. Certainly more than just a ragtag group of thieves. They were too well armed and too well organized. Eric scoffs with disgust. A group of cowards, I say. Easy to achieve victory when half our troops passed out drunk. No doubt Torin and them were counting on that fact. Spineless pricks. I never did like Torin none. Always felt uneasy around him. Should have known. I can hardly stomach the notion, but could Varn have been involved? Not a chance. I know he and Torin got on well enough, but man's as loyal as they come. I'm just glad he wasn't here for this. We've lost too much already. Regardless of who's involved, and there's little we can do about it, at least for now. So what's our plan then, boss? You know I'll follow you anywhere, but I promised my sister I'd look after Gedrick. If he's somehow alive, I need to find him. And if he's not, well, he pounds a fist into his other hand. Us putting those traitors into the ground will have to suffice. I feel like Ziggy's reading me bedtime stories. Some good dialogue and narration here. Good fun. I enjoy doing a game like this every so often, where I can do a little bit of creative reading and voice acting for you. The boss is right. We've little choice in the matter. I understand you want vengeance, so do I. But we haven't the manpower or the means to seek it right now. Doing so would only get us killed. We're gonna do this. We'll need to first restore our numbers, then I promise we'll hunt those traitors down. Here's the reset. Look at your companions, renewed purpose in each of their eyes, they all nod in agreement. I immediately sell all the current companions and buy new ones. Alright then. Let's salvage what we can. Scrap 5. It's a long walk to Endilin. If you're finding the combat to be too hard or too easy, you can adjust the difficulty. Nice. Navigating the world. As your caravan travels throughout the world, time will progress. Supplies and general upkeep can be expensive, and every day that passes will cost us coin. Uh-oh. Pressure. Salary payment. 103 days. Not too often, though. Supplies, though. We've got 1,000 coin, it looks like. It'll cost us 300 coin in 100 days. It's not that bad. Could you read as duckling runs away? Rob often sends me duck pictures, and we have a duck book that we read, Tommy, so I'll send him a picture of it. Top right corner are navigation controls. Advance time, stop traveling, and adjust the speed of your caravan. Given the situation, we can't afford a long journey. We should make our way to Endilin. Rest and regroup. Now, first though, I want to look at this. Here's our gear. Leather lamella. Lamella. Small plates of rawhide. Rawhide! Whoosh. Fastened together. Yes. Ooh, I like the detail here. A boar spear. Adventurer's sword. Boiled leather. A decorative wand. Boiled leather. A cloth vest. Cloth wraps. You little monk. You've just got a pitchfork. Oh. Flower just has a pitchfork. Looks like you can rename people and change their appearance and everything like that too if you want to. So you can customize people a fair bit. It looks like there's passives here. Fire Lancer. Passive fueled by fire. Standing next to a burning enemy or cell increases attack power. Cool. Per stack. So the more fire around you, the more damage you do. After using 5 abilities, the Guardian's Holy Conviction showers adjacent allies with light, cleansing negative conditions. Oh, you really want to stack her next to people then, as she burns through her abilities. I wonder if that persists between battles, because 5 abilities is a lot. I don't know if regular attack counts as an ability. You can see some of the other abilities I can unlock here. Cool. Each attack by the Stormcaller on a target increases the chance they'll be stunned by all attacks suffered. Oh, and they've got traits here too. Harsh. Affects dialogue and choices. So that was like what we looked at earlier when we made a choice about what to do. Because he's cautious. Claustrophobic. Extra damage when flanked. Oh no. Incur less fatigue from expeditions. Increased loyalty. Dutiful. Increased defense through fortitude. Start expeditions with extra morale. Incur less fatigue from expeditions. Uric got pretty good traits. Uric seems to have pretty good traits. We have this scroll of power too. Boar spear is rare. That seems like it'd be a good one to use that on. Because like all these others are commons. Boar spear seems pretty high quality, so weapon power +4. Enchantment to this item, consume, yes, enchanted, nice. So it went from 68 to 72 base damage it looks like. Sick. Weapon power +4, wonder how many times you can enchant things. Your bedtime story, Ziggy. Sleep time for me. Good night, Incognito. Glad you enjoyed, mate. There was also leveling up people too. How do you look at that? Affinity, they get relationships. I wonder what that affects. Seems like there's a little bit of like relationship building between the people. Contract details. Remaining length 4 months. So some of them you renew their contracts, and other ones are like permanent partner status. They're like partners in the company. We can level up over here. I see. So Uric's already level 4. That's the main character, I guess. They're fatigued for 20 days. Less XP, power, and morale. Yeah, okay. So they need a rest after a dungeon. But Henilda got a level, so she's got like power. What was she again? She's the healer / paladin sort of one. What is it actually? The Guardian. Power. Defense. Can't actually increase defense though. Interestingly. Not here, like that at least. Accuracy. It's like increasing health or power would be the way to go. So it costs 1 point to level that up. 1 point. Do you just get more or something? Oh, mending. Increase effectiveness of healing abilities. Oh yeah, no, nice. I don't see like increasing the attributes. We got 1 upgrade point for abilities too, it looks like. What do you think of this game? Very cool. I like it a lot aesthetically. It's got like a lot of like dialogue and story stuff, but I imagine probably that's like the initial like story mode-y stuff, and then there's probably sandbox you can play too. But it doesn't have so much story stuff to it. Like you can play it as a sandboxy kind of roguelike, I imagine. Or is it pretty story driven? I'm not quite sure about that, how the game is constructed in that sense. Probably how many points it takes to go up 1? Oh, maybe. Let's see. That's why I would take less for this one then. Oh, okay. So I can, hold on. It costs 50 to refund. That's fine. We'll probably build those ones up anyway. So you want to probably go until you hit a breakpoint. So it's like progress towards the next increase. Got it. Another rank in that. Determines gain 2 power per rank. I see. Okay, cool. Deal a single target, damage a single target within range, 2 range, give a slight range ability. Channel 4 turns applying damage shield on herself and a target that lasts for 3 rounds. Deal damage to 2 targets in a row. Merely root an adjacent target for 2 rounds, then channel for 5 turns to deal massive damage against them. That's quite cool. Judgment. Can I unlock that? It takes upgrade points. You must how do you unlock them, I wonder? I don't know how you unlock them yet. Maybe that's a separate thing. Doesn't say. But we can like upgrade Blinding Strike, for example. Additional charges, additional damage. So that's what the upgrade points are for. You can upgrade 6 times on that, it looks like. Target gains 10 speed, generates 2 radiant stacks from the Guardian's passive ability. Ah, so the heal progresses towards this thing more quickly. That's quite cool. Yeah. can toggle equip and have an equip limit. I can't yet. It seems like it's right click to do that, but I can't quite do that yet. Looks like they're still locked. I don't know. Hang on, lock them. We'll hold off on this for now. I want to go to, it was Andalon, right? I want to see what sort of stuff is in town. Looks like you can get various different contracts. So imagine after this initial little like story thing and probably a little bit more of like tracking down the missing boy and whatnot. It's quite sandboxy from the looks of things. Travel to the city. Andalon. It's like there's like reputation and whatnot as well. Various information about them. History. You can even look at the history. After many days on the long road, you and your companions breathe a collective sigh of relief upon entering the city limits of Andalon. The streets are bustling with traffic, and though it does seem to be business as usual, you can't help but sense an uneasiness among the people. Yurik seems to pick up on it as well. The days are growing darker, that's for sure, he gestures to the crowds. No doubt they'll all be concerned about the Scourge. I can't say I blame them. Oh yeah, this game's got a dragon in it, eh? On the bright side, there will be no shortage of work available for us. But for now, he winces, we could all do with a few days' rest. I believe the inn is this way. Try equipping an already equipped skill first before trying to allocate another. I'll have a look. The morning sun shining into your room in the inn, you rise from your bed. Pleased to find your body finally free of its many aches. Morning, sir. You're looking a sight better. Come, eat. We're just discussing our next. The previous employer, Caldwin, sporting a puzzled look upon his face, approaches the table. Caldwin. I must say, I'm surprised to see you here. I heard about the battle. Heard you were dead, in fact. He slides into the seat opposite you. Yet here you are. Heard it from who? Your associate. Torin, that was it. Well, bastard he was. Said your entire company was killed in an ambush. And that he was lucky to be alive. He's spreading lies. Anyway, he brought me the vials, so we concluded our business and he went about his way. You just believed his story? Truth be told, no. I could tell he was hiding something, but I wasn't about to refuse the man. I suspect he could rip me apart with his bare hands, were he so inclined. Fair. Was there anyone else with him? A boy of 15 years? He had a few companions from what I saw. None that young, however. Any idea where they're headed? I don't know that either, I'm afraid. But it seemed they're each going their separate ways. Retiring perhaps. They certainly can afford it, having stolen everything from us. So they betrayed you and stole your fortune, did they? I'm sorry for that, but perhaps we can help each other out. You have a job? More of an arrangement. I've been looking to expand my business across Calum, but the road's a dangerous place, as you well know. I'm in need of a permanent guard. In return, I could offer you a discount on all my wares, potions, elixirs, and the like. I'm sure that'd be of great use in your line of work. To be clear, I would not interfere with your operation of the company. Of that, he's going to become our sponsor. Cool. In fact, I care not where we travel, just so long as they're... Oh, he's going to come along with us. Oh, just so long as there are buyers for me to sell to. This is how you get your like dungeon supplies off this guy. The traveling merchant who's with you. Sounds like a fair proposal. I accept your offer. He doesn't have a face yet. Early access. Excellent. Then consider me at your service, my friends. And as I said, where we go is entirely up to you. As long as I make that ching cash money. Really repair our tent flaps. There is one problem, however. We simply cannot afford to travel anywhere at the moment, not to mention we're without carriages and horses. You certainly had a rough go of it, eh? No matter, I can supply both horses and carriages. As for funds, I hear the local vanguard have their hands full at the moment. I suspect you might find some work with them. Just don't mention my other activities. They'd be none too pleased to learn of the vials in my possession. Yeah, right. We were getting him like black market medicine stuff. I have preparations to make then. I wait you at the gates. You know, sir, I was thinking it might be wise to retire the company name, so long as those traders think us dead. Oh, but we named... but not Company McCompany. We'll have an easier time rebuilding our numbers. And when we're ready to strike back against them, it'll be us with the upper hand. He's right, I reckon. Best not to draw any extra attention to ourselves if we can help it. Any ideas for a name? Oh, okay, so we had another name. We were called something else. I don't even know what. And now we... Yes, you know what? I think we might name ourselves Company McCompany. It has a nice ring to it. Company McCompany. That's a bloody stupid name, you idiot. Alright, fine. When visiting the city, you can view available contracts. Cool. Increase your reputation. Can't be picky. Take a job from the Vanguard. The inn. You can rest and recruit new members. 3 fatigue for each night. It's like 3 times as efficient, it seems. New recruits. Novice Valkyries, Novice Stormclaws, Novice Pyrolancers. Pretty cheap to get a new recruit, but you do have to pay them as well. Like, over time, I think. The marketplace. Oh, yeah. So I'm getting definitely a mix of Battle Brothers and Darkest Dungeon from this one. Used to repairing gear, treating the sick, iron lamella. Oh, yes. Ooh, rare short swords. Cool. Shields and bows and stuff. We have an archer at the moment, do we? The infirmary. This is where you can heal your wounded characters. And I guess you take quests from here, right? Contracts available. Pick up some work from the local Vanguard representative. I wonder how many people you can deploy in a battle. Because we can have, it looks like we can have 8 people. It's got a 5 with a check there. Maybe that's 5 are good to go. I wonder, like, if you can have all 8 people in a battle. So it's a really good idea in that case to get 8 people straight up. Excuse me. Getting tired. At ease, soldiers. Let them through. My apologies. Things are rather tense around here, as you can tell. Is there something you need? We heard you could use a hand. No, not a statement to be sure, but you've heard correctly. I'm sure you've noticed the days are growing darker of late. They say the scourge is coming, but in truth it has already begun. We've been receiving increasing reports of void spawn, demons and spirits, in the area, and we're scrambling to respond to each. Any help you can provide is most welcome, and you'll be rewarded. A group of refugees are fleeing from a small village just south of us. I dispatched a unit to aid them, but with the number of void spawn that was reported, I fear their presence won't be enough. Travel south, link up with them, and ensure the refugees arrive here safely. These will point you in the right direction. Good luck. I've no doubt you are suited to the task. You can count on us. Accepting contract. Did you say how much he was going to pay us? It's like we've got our work cut out for us, sir. But before we depart, might we suggest hiring some fresh recruits? Yeah. 5 people available active duty. Yeah, I don't know how many you can actually deploy. Yeah, you can disable these, but that doesn't let you... It looks like you have to actually unlock these. So you can have 3 abilities equipped, it looks like. Of our current ones. I think they could say... It said you could have like 4 or something. There was more slots on the toolbar. Yeah, you must have to just level up a bit to unlock these, I'd say. I dare say leveling up will unlock the other abilities, perhaps? Yeah, it needs a tooltip to explain that, though. Be like, you know, reach level 5 to unlock this ability or something. That would be a good one, I think. Very cool. Folks, I'm gonna have to leave it there, though. That was... What was this one called again? Name of game. The Iron Oath! The Iron Oath. It looks very cool. It's got a very pretty presentation. The combat mechanics seem very good. There are a couple... My only gripes were like a couple minor instances of things maybe needing to be communicated slightly better. Like the movement of enemies, the ability to continue moving, or like move in your turn when you can move, when you can't move. Just a few little bits and pieces like that. Nothing really major, just little minor things, some tooltips and stuff like that. For early access though, overall it seems really good in that regard. I expect much worse out of these sorts of games in early access, but it's got like mouse over tooltips and lots of good information and stuff like that. Very, very good. That's the sort of stuff you want from these games. It's like it's got a lot of fun details. Another thing you want from these sorts of games, it's like fun details, traits on your people and passive abilities and interesting looking equipment, and ability system and stuff like that. So I quite like that. It's like there's interesting ability customization here. Can tinker with people a lot. Hopefully there's a nice variety from like, you know, one Valkyrie to the next. It seems like that might well be the case based on traits and things like that. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Definitely a solid game. We've had some banger games today. It's very cool games today on Indie Tryouts. The devs working on this game for 6 years before going into early access. Wow. Wow, that is impressive. I mean, yeah, I think that shows then, because there is like a lot of feeling of polish here overall. Like I said, my only gripes were a couple of very minor communication things, which could easily be polished up, but overall, That looks super high quality and very well polished. Looks like that's our quest over there. Let's have a little scroll around the map. Decent little size map there. There's possibly some weirdness over there. Maybe that's like the end game area or something. Maybe that's where you go like fight the dragon or something like that, maybe? Bunch of different towns. Sure, I'm sure there's no shortage of quests and dungeons and things to explore. There's various modifiers that affect, like there's bandits affecting the trade in this town, but also it's got higher sell prices as a result, so you can, looks like you can move around. Very Battle Brothers, I think. It's sort of like map-based stuff here. Very cool. Yeah, if you're a fan of Battle Brothers or Duck's Dungeon, might be well worth a looky at this one, I think, for sure.